All right, guys, hey, welcome back to another video. So did a couple of things. It's only going to be very short here. I kind of didn't bring you in before I came in. So last time I got all the brake lines all done, got the calipers on, got all that stuff. Did not get a chance to do the rear. So I got a new hose for the rear. I did get the two lines in for the rear for that wheel and this side. Got it all plugged into there. I still got to figure out with my wheels. I got lock sockets on there for the wheel studs, or the wheel lug nuts. So I'm trying to work on that right now. I got to go online and order something. I got rear brake lines done, so that's all done. And I did get my center section here. This is just a copper piece. I'm gonna probably get a zip tie or something. I got some special brackets that I'll at least get this a little closer and hug that to there. Got some unions, copper, everything else is stainless steel. That's on there. I did clean up my cab without walking through mud. So I did clean up my cab. I cut this before. There used to be a bevel that came out this way. So I cleaned it all up, cut it straight. So when I bring my C channel over there, 4-inch, it's gonna sit right above here, and I'm gonna go right on top of this, and then the sheet metal will go right on top, and then we'll just butt weld it there. So I only cut all the way to the rear mounts for right now, just so I know where my rear seats are. I'm gonna have to mark it inside the cab somewhere, and then I'll finish cutting all this all the way down. Finish grinding the back side, so that's all done, and then I did the other side. I'm gonna have to wait to do this. I'm still iffy about this. I gotta wait until I get the cab on the truck. I got my sheet metal the other day, so I did just cut these out. So they're 4-inch tubing that I'm going to use for my cab. So, and I did get new bushings. So I gotta get bolts, washers, some lock nuts, lock washers, stuff like that. So I did get my bushings. So this I just bought off LMC. There's the brand there. It was about 80 bucks off LMC for all the cab mounts, for the radiator support, for the front cab, and then the rear mounts. Rear mounts are gonna be these two. So this will go right up underneath the cab. My 4-inch piece tubing, I'll have to cut a hole so this sits in it. This will sit inside it. And then this piece will go back underneath, and then I'll have a washer, lock washer, and a nut on the bottom. So that's my plan for that. I gotta get about 8 inches. It's anywhere from like 6 to 7 inches, but if I get an 8-inch, I can cut it off, or if I have extra room, I can do that. So my plan is with these square tubings, they're 4 inches. So I'm not gonna weld them to the frame yet. I gotta wait. I'm going to mount these to the cab, drill this hole out so that this insert right here will sit right on top of it, and then I can run my washer, lock washer nut on it and get it tight, and this will be to the cab, and then we'll set the cab on the frame and then figure out if I need to go left, right, or I am not 100% sure. So yeah, I'm working on that right now. I'm gonna leave this, when I do mount it, I'm gonna leave this open so that I can get my hand in here on the back side, so I can get my nuts and stuff like that. It's not gonna get a flat, or it's not gonna get a box. It'll get like a deck plate on the back of it, so not a flatbed, deck plate. So I'm gonna have to make something work, and it'll kind of get mounted and stuff. So I gotta do that yet. That's kind of the next thing for the cab wise. I did get it running with the turbo and everything. Probably, I'm just gonna, this 2 clips is a Monday, so I probably won't bring it back until Saturday, possibly, maybe Friday, I'm not sure yet. I'll bring it back. It'll kind of be, for this one, instead of overlapping a couple days, I'm just going to do today, and then on Saturday I'll put that with this video. So this is kind of just a pause, and then we'll come back on Saturday, just because I kind of got as much as I could do. Tractor's in the way right now. And I get the Bobcat and it's dark out and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so that's the next thing. Once I get the cab on, I can mount those two, and then I can start welding my cross members in. I got to do a little bit more to the cab. Just that I thought I might end up doing that tonight real quick. Probably only take me maybe a half hour or something. All I need to do is just get all this filler stuff all ground down. So I'm not doing it underneath it, and I just got to keep going all the way down there, and then same thing on this side. So I got a wire brush for my grinder, so I'll do that. Yeah, that's the cab. Yeah, I got it running with the turbo. Sounds nice. I'll let you guys listen to that here soon. Just kind of waiting on some paste and stuff to dry. I got some muffler paste, so I had to put some muffler paste around this flange. I think it's bent a little bit, and one of the bolts broke, and I can't get it out without drilling it and tapping a new one. And then I ended up, this is a 3-inch clamp. It's got a decent gap up here, so I ended up just pasting all of this, so hopefully it will seal. If not, I'll end up getting just a regular clamp that goes around instead of a band. I was gonna try to using this band clamp, just because I think it would be better with the turbo. And then I got my other pipe welded last time, so I'm just kind of waiting for the paste and stuff to dry a little bit. It's still a little tacky yet, so I'm just gonna wait there. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on right now. So yeah, I'll bring you guys back into on Saturday, and we'll go from there. Oh, I went out back to my other engine and got my adapter piece. So this is for my oil feed or oil fill. So this is here. This is stripped out, so I gotta do something on this. This is all stripped out here, so it just spins. This is tight, so I mean it's on there, but I have to put that other piece on here, just because on my intake, this hose goes into this piece. So that's kind of what's going on. So yeah, I'll bring you guys back into the next video, or on this weekend or Saturday, and just kind of show you what's going on and stuff. So yeah, I guess I will bring you back. All right guys, middle of the week here. So I was able to come back out today, and put the cab on the frame. So I'll kind of show you here. So I got the cab sitting on the frame right now. I just have this piece supporting the front. I have my bushings there with my blocks, my 4-inch blocks in the back. I'm not overly happy with the height wise. I was trying to see if it would work to put the center bushings on the back to see if I could get it height wise. But I'm not overly happy with that, so I'm gonna end up unbolting the rears and putting the bigger bushings. They're 2 5/8, I think, if I remember correctly. I can measure one here real quick. I'm pretty sure it's 2 5/8. Yeah, 2 5/8 ish, roughly. So 2 5/8 is the back ones, actually. The front ones are like 1.8 or 3/8, something like that. They're already crushed and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have to swap those out on Saturday and this weekend. I did clean up my cab. So I was able to clean up all this here, got it all at least clean as I could. I got all that all cut out. I mean, the front, it's gonna be sitting how high I kind of want it. It might drop just a smidge lower. Basically, wherever the back ones are at, I'm leveling that hole across. I'm gonna have to make a trans tunnel, which I was afraid. I didn't really want to make a trans tunnel. I'm gonna have to. It's not the end of the world. I'll make a little bit or something like that. I got some skinnier sheet metal. The thing I will have to fix, I'll show you here. I'm gonna have to cut this off and do it so I'm gonna have to put the bracket on this side, hug this side, so this will wrap around the valve cover on the back side, because that will interfere. That won't interfere for sure. I was kind of fighting to put the cab on. So that's kind of the show right now. Like I said, I gotta move the bushings. I'm gonna have to move my mounts. I'm gonna have to move my mounts so they're more centered over there and there. I might have to rotate them so that they clear so we can weld, because right now there's a fine gap underneath everything. So it's not really sturdy right now, but that's kind of what I'm kind of going for. So I guess I'll bring you back this weekend when I come out and fix that, and then I will start welding my cross members. Basically, once I get the back done, I'm gonna tack weld it in there. I'm gonna tack weld it. My brother's gonna weld it. So I gotta get it centered and stuff, and then I still gotta figure out what I'm doing with the front mounts. I'm gonna have to come across the cross member, come out and support it and do angle or do something, because yeah, I'm gonna have to probably do, my cross member will go across. So my cross member will go straight across, and then I'll have the block with the bushing, and then I will have a piece that goes across here, and then I'm gonna have to support from there to there, support wise, and I might tie into here over across. I'm not sure yet. I haven't really decided what I'm doing. So that's what's kind of how it's going on right now. And then I have to weld the floor in. Like I said, I got sheet metal. It's gonna be so I still gotta fix that far side on the rocker there. I gotta weld up that corner there. It's kind of shit. So, and then I might have to fix a little bit over here. But for the most part, this is how the cab is getting put on. So I don't know if you can kind of see it. So that's kind of where my plan is. And then I have my battery boxes that are gonna sit right here-ish underneath the cab, underneath the door. And then my fuel tanks are gonna straddle and then back. So my battery boxes, I'm gonna have my batteries on this side. I'll have 2 matching boxes, batteries on this side, storage, maybe air compressor on the other side. My plan is to have onboard air, so I can like fill up a tire or blow off myself or something like that, just something small. I am gonna put air ride seats in it, so that will be hooked up to the air system as well. So I'm gonna have box, and then my tanks probably can go from the corner back. I have 2 ones that are off a straight truck. There's rectangular ones. I'm hoping they'll fit. I'm not sure. If not, I'm gonna have to have someone custom make me some so that they work. So that's kind of the plan. I'll bring you guys back on this weekend when I get the rib bushings where they're supposed to be, and then I'm gonna have to weld cross member and then just start kind of leveling it off so I can get everything square, and then tack weld, and then figure out where mount is, and like mount my cab to my frame so it's completely done, and I can start working on the floor. Once I get the floor done, then I can start working on the interior. I got some sound deadening I gotta order and stuff like that. Redo all that. I gotta make a trans tunnel, stuff like that. Some fabrication is kind of what's going on right now. But basically, that's how it's gonna sit, just like that. So yeah, that's how it's gonna go. I'll bring you guys back on this weekend when I get the cab at least sitting on there. I'll tack weld the back. Like I said, I gotta shift those blocks or whatever in the back so it all lines up, or I'll have to weld some spacers or something underneath it. So that's what's gonna go on there. So I guess I'll bring you guys back on this weekend and we'll go from there. All right, guys, I'm back. Weekend, not really dates wise, stuff like that. I just came out today, had some other plans going on. So I came out here, it's dark outside. So this is what's going on, what I got done so far. So truck is sitting up. I got 2 jack stands in the front, and then I have 2 jack stands in the back. This guy is just chilling. The frame is level as of right now. I just have the front one, front level. I don't know if you can see that or not. See if I can get a light. It's a little better. Anyways, it's hitting the inner dot on this side, the inner line. So there's 2 of them on each side. I have it so the bubble's just hitting the first one on the left side as I'm facing towards the front, on front and rear. Front and rear, so I have a level front rear. The frame is for the most part leveled lengthwise of the whole frame truck. So I have that all straight as possible as I could do. And then I do have, excuse me, we did do some welding and stuff here on the cab. So I'll kind of show you here. So I got another extended cab pickup. So I have a front bench seat on my other truck that it's about 4.5 from this door jamb, this piece right here, to this red dot. It's about 4.5. That's where the rear mounts for the seat are. And then from this piece right here to about 20 inches is right where the front mounts for the seats are. So I just basically all I did was I just centered this piece so it's 20 right in the center. I did have to take my transfer case out. I did have to take my downpipe because that was interfering to the firewall. I also got to reclamp that. It's not, when I first put it on, I didn't clamp it right. I couldn't sleep one night and I'm like, oh damn it. So anyways, shut my light here real quick. So what I have going on, so we ended up tack welding. Hop around the other side here real quick. So we ended up tack welding my bushings underneath, and I think we tack welded it here, and then I believe he did tack weld on the other side. We will finish welding those blocks so it's solid, but right now, just in case we got a shimmy or whatever, the rear bolts I do have, they're in. They're loose. They're not tight. They got a little bit of pressure on them, not terrible. So those 2 boxes were welded. My brother I did not end up tacking any of this. My brother tacked it and he welded it. So this is my rear cross member. That's fully welded. That is done. Got sheet metal over on the other side of the tractor. Sorry guys about the video, real quick, something. And anyways, something was messing around with my my GoPro and stuff. So back again, sorry. So we just have this piece tack welded, a couple spots on the side, and I'm on top. This is going to be the next cross member, and then we'll have to tie in, that was the front mount, so I'll have to tie something in somewhere. I do have, so this is about the levelest spot of the truck as possible. It's a little hard to see if you can. It's kind of the same thing. You got the 2 dash marks and it's just touching the first one on the left side. So the cab is sitting level to, I guess, whatever is level. So the cab is currently sitting level across. Like I said, we did this center section right there. We just tack welded. We didn't weld it just in case if I have to move it with the transfer case, stuff like that. And then we ended up fixing this piece. So we just cut some 1/8 inch sheet metal and welded a T. We just kind of butt welded them together, solid welded this all the way down here. And then we welded it here. This will have to get cleaned up eventually. I'm not worried about that. So this is all fixed. This is going to be the top. I do still have to I have a little piece of channel that I'm just going to clean this up and just weld it all the way here. I do have some skinny stuff, some little stuff. I got to fix this, fill it in, fix. I got some of this galvanized stuff. It's coated. Something's going on with my camera, so I got this piece right here. Sorry about that, guys. Got this piece here. We're gonna weld it from there, and then that's gonna get tied in. That's for the door jamb where my door seal will sit. So that will be done. I have the cab leveled so far. So that's kind of a win. I do have to just center it to the cab yet. I got to take some measurements and stuff, so I'll probably do that tonight. I won't video that with my camera acting up. So yeah, that's kind of the thing right now. I have it just sitting on this 4-inch C-channel, and then this is just a 1-inch tubing, or just a solid piece. It's just sitting on it right now, just to get as level as possible. It's pretty close. I'll probably end up fixing it or getting something different, so when I do end up welding the mounts, it's actually solid and it won't move, because it's only an inch wide or so. So like I said, I got the rear section here, that's welded solid. Those blocks over there, those are tack welded, so that's good. Mounts are loose. This piece is tack welded too. That's just holding everything up. Transfer case is out of the way. I will have to come by with plasma and just cut these tails off so I can get the transfer case in there so it can clear. So, and then, yeah, frame's level, best of my ability. I just have jacks all 4 corners, underneath the axle, and then underneath the front axle here. So yeah, that's kind of what we have going on right now. So yeah, I just gotta square up the cab. I might try that tonight. I'll have to square it up again. I gotta take some measurements and stuff. So hopefully I can find a solid center point so I can weld or measure from there and go from like that. So yeah, so that's what's going on. I'm gonna do that. I won't probably come back until we start welding it again, or I might start tack welding. I gotta make some custom front mounts for the bushings. So that's kind of the next thing. I'll probably just take the 4-inch C-channel, mount it on the side of the rocker to the bushing, basically from the rocker to the bushing, right across. I'll have my 4-inch square tubing and then my bushing on top, and then I'll probably just weld it there. I do have to brace it probably from the back side of this firewall here, and then just go down to the piece. So when I do take the cab off, I just unbolt it, boom, it comes off. Just some more support like that. So that's kind of what's going on right now. I'm hoping to upload some of the first videos here within the week or so. Still trying to figure out editing and stuff like that. I'm all new to this YouTube stuff. So I'll bring you guys back again next episode. And we'll be, I guess, keep welding and fabricating the floor. So we will see y'all later.